So we have Lisa Stoneham with Is the Grass Greener on the Other Side? Is the Grass Greener on the Other Side? Lisa Stoneham.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Fellow members and guests, is the grass greener on the other side? That's the question I'm going to ask you tonight. As some of you may be well aware, I started my own business this year, during this past year, doing bookkeeping and management accounting services for small businesses. And I have to say, it is one of the most difficult and rewarding things I've ever done in my entire life. So the first question I'm going to ask, why the hell have I done this? In a nutshell, I'm not a 9-to-5 person and absolutely hate getting up early to sit in traffic just to be somewhere at 9 o'clock. Why? Working for myself means that I get to set my own schedule and my own hours. I also hate the idea of having my livelihood determined by an employer. After being made redundant twice over the course of my career, I want to be the master of my own destiny, where I can create an asset that gives me financial security and can one day operate without me having to be there every day. And I also want to work with people I actually enjoy working with and do the work that I'm passionate about doing in the way that I really want to do it. The unfortunate reality of employment is that you can't choose your boss or your work colleagues or the way in which you carry out your work, and I certainly don't miss the office politics. So what have been the challenges of this journey? Well, there have been quite a lot of those, as you can imagine, starting a business. Put it this way, I now understand why the small business failure rate is around 80%. My major challenges have included having to be a jack of all trades, where I'm now responsible for absolutely everything in the business, such as sales, marketing and IT. And most of those functions I have no expertise in whatsoever, but I'm forced to take those on because the business actually needs to run on a day-to-day basis and there's no one else to do it. The advantage of being an employee is, in a big company, there are departments that take care of all these things. There's a marketing department, there's an IT department, a computer break, it's called the help desk. And, well, these days, if my computer breaks, it's like, ugh. And also, another challenge I've found is actually putting myself out there when I'm a naturally shy and introverted person. People aren't going to find out about my business unless I actually go out and meet people, because you don't get business by hiding behind a computer screen, otherwise no one will know that I actually exist. So I had to get comfortable very, very quickly with the whole network and relationship building thing. I've also had to get used to having a greatly reduced income, and I've had to get used to being poor, which going from being an employee to a well-paid job was quite an adjustment. And I've learned that customers don't just arrive as soon as you open your door. You don't just put your shingle out and everyone comes in. It just doesn't work like that. I've had to learn to get used to having a varied income rather than a solid income every month. So with all these challenges, what has been the rewards? And there certainly have been rewards through this journey. Well, something happened that I really did not expect. I actually made some fantastic friends with other business owners through networking. I found other business owners to be really generous and giving with their time and their knowledge. And this is a level of support that I never found in a workplace with colleagues, as things tend to be quite political. People like to keep information close to their chest, but out in the business world I found it to be the complete opposite, which surprised me. And also I learned that being in business is the best professional and personal development exercise you can ever undertake. You are basically thrown straight into the deep end, and we tend to just jump out of your comfort zone and just do it because no one else is going to do it for you. And I've done things in the last 12 months that I never thought I could or would do. And the growth I've experienced has been nothing short of amazing. And I've also felt a deep sense of accomplishment when I've had a win, such as signing up a new client. And it's deeply satisfying to be creating something from within your own talents, from creating something from absolutely nothing. And I've also become a master of my own destiny, and unlike being an employee, I have full control over what I can achieve and how successful I can be. So with all these challenges and rewards, what have I actually learned from this experience? Well, I've learned the value of being organised and valuing my time. When my weeks and days are planned in advance, I find I'm so much more productive and a lot less exhausted than when I don't do any planning for a week. I've also learned the importance of being giving and generous to other people. If you're good to people, they'll be good to you in return, even though that could take quite a while for that to happen. When I say be good to people, I mean show genuine interest in them. Rather than just trying to force your own agenda on them. Because people, you'll be amazed at the reaction of people when you actually show a real interest in them. I've also learned the importance of taking consistent action. Setting goals on their own mean absolutely nothing if you never act upon them. They're just dreams, basically. So I found whenever I've taken consistent action, it has yielded results, and then that snowballed into even more results. And I've also learned that someone once said to me that the world is run by people who actually turn up. And I found that to be so true, and you just have to keep turning up on a consistent basis over a long period of time to get true value out of anything. So to sum up here, is the grass green on the other side? To answer that question, my resounding response is yes, absolutely, at least on most days. Despite all the stresses and challenges over the last 12 months, I'm not trade this experience for anything. And the growth I've experienced as a human being alone has been worth it. And in the long term, I'm building an asset that can provide me with financial security without having to rely on anyone else. And that in itself is an incredible feeling. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.